Get used to this. I'm only doing this clearly in the content space. For my other projects or certain things I want to talk about, don't worry about the background. The background has nothing. Hey, it's Dr. Dead, Dr. Madman, aka Anime Horror Madman. This is basically the Dead Show. And what we're gonna do today is I got a couple things we're gonna drop and do some splits. Firstly, and we're gonna play some Strive and a few obviously. So we're going to do a little bit. Firstly, I had to talk about this from earlier, and that is simply my love and obsession with the Yakuza series. And it's not just the Yakuza series, it's just franchises in general that have limitations when it comes to their stories. One of the biggest issues with a majority of these franchises is they're limited in terms of how they do the releases. Some games come out in a week, some games come out in a year, some games come out in a day. But at the end of the day, a lot of these series are not only milked, they're dragged. Authors, producers, directors, they got into this whole big mess. And I guess it's going to be a little short thing I want to kind of talk about. But the main thing really is the Yakuza series in itself. I wanted to kind of discuss really quick. And one of the biggest things with the Yakuza series as a franchise is generally like, how should I put this? There's nothing lost in the storyline itself, but the Yakuza franchise, I'm not fond of Like a Dragon. I'm not fond of Like a Dragon at all. Like, no, seriously. Like, I'm not fond of that shit. And there's nothing wrong with it in the slightest. But my problem pretty much, well, it coincides with this shit. So, basically, Yakuza as a series hasn't fucked up as of yet, but there's some limitations to it. One of the biggest limitations to it right now is that they haven't made any real fucking games. Now, Judgment and Lost Judgment, they're spin-offs of the Yakuza series. They're the closest to an actual spinoff or quality of the story. Like a Dragon's is winning awards. It's winning 5-star ratings, and former everybody else loves it. I don't want to play tactics with my Yakuza series. I want to actually break your neck. I want to Debo stomp you in the throat. I want to knee you in your gut. I want to crush your solar plexus. I want to destroy your throat. I want to mash your face through the concrete. That is what the game is about. Yes, love, family, loyalty. That shit don't mean nothing in the grand scheme of Yakuza because at the end of the day, we didn't play it for that. Yeah, the stories are cool. The boss fights are better. Situations were better. Storylines are better. The concept, but the fighting. You played it for the fighting and the storyline too. And I get what Sega's doing. You know, a lot of creators are changing how they do certain things, how they create certain things, how they build for certain things. But it's bigger than that. I think the most important thing is that, they can definitely do what the fuck they want to do, make good stories, make better stories, make prolific stories. But sitting here in my face and telling me like, oh, this is brand new, another remake. This is brand new, another remake. Oh, this is brand new, another remake. Like, tired of remakes. And speaking of that, when we're talking about remakes, Yakuza Darkties coming with Yakuza 3. Now, I wasn't going to cop this shit. I ain't even going to hold it. I was like, I ain't going to play this shit. But I'm not going to speak too much about the concept. Apparently, in Yakuza 3, they're going to have mine, who's in it. And, the biggest thing everybody's saying is because, Dojima Daigo, to a multitude of other characters going to be shown. And we get it. Kiryu's not the fan favorite for everybody. Everybody wants a different character from the storyline. Everybody's going to want to use and, create, build, or substantially maintain certain character storylines and enjoy them. But after a certain point, we're going to have to kind of do something a little fucking different maybe and enjoy not just the RPG storyline, which I think is different, but like maybe give me a new character and not give me a new character in an RPG setting. Like a Dragon was hyped for me when it initially dropped. Now I'm not so hyped about it. Unfortunately, I'm not. Now, one of the other things that I really want to come across here as well is that when it comes to basically the series as a franchise, there's other franchises I want to compare it to as well. Now, Shenmue is a little different. Shenmue had an issue for so long, and there's a big problem with this recent Shenmue 4 trailer. And all I'm going to say is I did a video a few years back, actually, on the YouTube space, and it was literally called, it was like Shenmue 4. Is it like never dropping or something like that? I'm gonna have to look it up in a second. Hold on one second, cause I'm like, I know I dropped this shit, and I'm like, I don't remember what the fuck the title was. It was like how many years ago? It's like good lord, it's like probably 3 years ago. And I want to see if I can find it. If I can't find it, then I'll put it above my head and the link above instead. But basically, Shenmue 4 is, like all the other Shenmue games, they just have limitations in terms of consistency. And of course, I found it under TikTok. Hold on one second. Is never dropping, right? Oh yeah, is it ever dropping? Is it ever dropping? Fun. Let's see. That is funny as shit. So I could find it that way under the search engine optimization, but I can't find it any other way. Give me 1 second. I want to see if I can pull this bad boy up really quick. I really want to drop this really quick, and we're going to jump into some other stuff here. Oh, the algorithm doesn't love me. All right. People are mad about the Shenmue 4 fake thing. So, yeah, basically, let's kind of... I'll use some Reddit posts as an example. And then I post my video. Like I said, I'll have it above my head anyway. Not a big deal. But basically, with the, Shenmue and everything, the biggest thing is that we've been waiting for a real game. We got Shenmue 3. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't finish it. I love enough of the enjoyment. Like, the combat was cool for a while, but there was not much enjoyment. And, this is just one Reddit post about it. There was something else in pertaining to what I'm saying. I'm going to be funny and post my goddamn TikTok thing anyway. Apparently they're bringing the Shenmue 3 to the series. Instead of my actual YouTube video. Fuck it. Hours trying to finish the game. This is 2 years ago. Well, now it was 3 years ago. You finish the game, there's like no progress. Nothing in the story that's going to further develop the main character, and he never truly gets his revenge. Shenmue 3 is basically a filler game for Shenmue 4. Apparently they're bringing... So, like, it's not just that. It's a lot of these games. So we have, like, a lot of games that are dropping, supposedly, and they're never actually finishing the storylines. They're not supporting the fans. They're not actually making any type of headway into making sure that the fan base has faith. Yeah, faith. We're putting money into this bitch. You're not actually supporting it? Like, it's crazy. So I'm not going to speak about the companies because they change too often. And I'm not going to go into detail about the storyline because Shenmue 3 was basically a filler. It was such a filler I couldn't finish it. The fan base was outraged. They put a lot of money into it. Same way they did with Mighty Number 9. Love You Inafune, Mega Man 12. He's not a part of it, so I have a little minimal faith, but that's another day. And we're just hoping that there's some level of consistency and actual transparency with the fan bases that actually love these games, that put energy and time into these games instead of fucking around. Now, what I want to show you guys is this. If this story right here, right? Now, I am bad at pronouncing Korean